100 million trillion infinity times I've checked. The original GappaMagix, undeniable. Here I am, I'm outside. I'm about to sand this Bondo off of my 1999 Pontiac Grand Prix Coupe, and we're going to find out here if it's going to stay proper. So here we go. Try to use a heavy grit P60 sandpaper. This is thick grit. Just to start. Probably won't be able to do everything on this live, but we'll keep going for a little while. Because believe it or not, I am the only one that does my one-of-one homemade commercials on YouTube. YouTube, the best social media content creation website ever made, and probably yet ever will exist. Just in my opinion. GappaMagix in the house. Gets to that level then, when you can sense it's slimming down the millimeter height of the Bondo application. Then you gotta switch the sandpaper. This one I don't know the grit, but it is Gator. So you can't go wrong with Gator sandpaper. Like a gator. Chomp. Bite you. If you're wondering, this comes in a package you can purchase at any hardware store. Bondo glazing spot putty. Can't go wrong with the Gator, that's for sure. I sanded that down very nicely, but you can't do it too much, so now I gotta get a finer grit. And remember, you too can, accomplish body shop techniques with a little practice and know-how. All right. Not that well, we know some of you guys think that I'm this number, but I'm not. But anyway, we're gonna use this number, 1200 grit sandpaper. Oh, not yet. That's too fine. use the 320 Gator, and you don't need a lot. This is my argument. Someone actually commented about how I sand stuff. I said, well, if I'm not sanding the whole car, what does it really matter how I do it? But anyway, this sandpaper is slightly more coarse than the one I just showed you, the 1200. It's getting buggy out here. Got to show all the effects, because we know this is technically not that of a fascinating live performance here, but it is technically a how-to. Let's see here, make sure you get a good view here. Okay, pardon me. This car is a classic car. Some people think this car, you know, it doesn't really matter what I think that they, you know, but I know what a real car is. That is made in America. That was Mercedes and BMW's competition, Alfa Romeo's competition, and as well Audi's competition, and Infiniti. This car has a governor on it. If you don't know what that is, it's a device inside of the engine internal components which will, how you say, stop the rev meter and stop the acceleration of this car. This car governs out at 111 miles per hour. If it did not have a governor, some people take them off and make this car into a quarter mile or eighth mile car, drag race car. This car can go fast. Or faster, I should say. But me, I just like how it looks. If you're wondering about it, I got the car during COVID-19 prices, when the car was kind of cheaper, when no one knew really what was going to be the outcome of the earth. And I got this car very cheap. Put money into it, and know the back history of this car. I am the third owner. And this spot right here, to be honest, on a lot of, how you say, turn of the century cars in Minnesota, or any car, sometimes get rust. And there's no way to fix it besides this way, or waste time and energy and with proper tools, cutting metal and welding metal and sanding and all that good stuff. But in the sense of what I'm doing to accomplish, just to maintain the good look of it and as well prevent any rust from reoccurring again, this procedure, in my opinion, well, this one right now, this is the third time on this side, second time on that side that you see me just fix. Still have to redo that bit, wet sand it, and respray and gloss, clear coat for a better shine. Be right back. Go and get a towel. Now, some people say this is, what's it called? lazy. Like I said, I don't have the proper and all the tools to do it the actual way. But to think about it, I guess I should have showed it before I started putting the Bondo on it. It's really not that bad of a spot. It's not a hole. It's slightly rusted and slightly indented metal. How you say the weathering of the years. This is a 1999 car. The weathering of the years made it slightly indented. Not indented where I can push my finger through it, but the dexterity of the metal has lost its original millimeter height. So if you understand that language, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, here we go. Try to get another one of these cars too. I was about to get a second one, and the second one I was going to get was also a 1999, but a four-door, just to say that I have a four-door. I know how people talk about a man that has a two-door car. God forbid somebody has a two-door car. But anyway, this is my baby. This is my car. I pay cash. Got it from a place where, you know, people, they lose their cars, and it's called, how you say, a repo auction. So anyway, not my fault that you don't know what you're doing when you're driving your car and you get your car taken away. But don't worry, if you're watching, I take good care of your car, and I'm never going to sell your car. But you can try to buy it back. Odds are you probably know where I live. You could attempt to offer me a number. I may accept it. Who knows? Definitely do not say $1,000 though. If you say that, it'll just basically laugh at you. Someone, what's it called? Texted a message on one of the videos I put up about this car. They offered $1,600. Well, I'm not a meth head, whether you guys believe that or not, or ladies or trans or anybody. And $1,600 is some money, but you know, I know what this car is worth. And I guess that gentleman didn't know that I knew that there's such thing called the Kelley Blue Book value of a car. And for those who don't know that, you type that in on the internet, Kelley Blue Book, and it's going to tell you a roundabout estimation of what your car is valued at on, how you say, the statistics of how you type in if there's damage or whatever upon, how you say, grading your car in your perspective. So now who's who about talking in verbalizing of English language? Alright. This is bring out 800 grit. I have one small piece of it left. This is specifically for wet sand, so they say, but I don't care. If you're wondering about wet sanding, that is about, how you say, literally putting water on the car where you're sanding it once it's painted. You can't do it when it's Bondo. Wet sanding is for applying extra paint to make a gloss, shiny finish, or metallic finish, or any type of finish you're seeking. See, this is part of it right here too. This is the body line where this piece of metal is connected to this piece of metal. You got to be very gentle how you sand it, because you don't want to take down too much where you're not supposed to, and at the same time put a little bit too much thickness of Bondo right there. Okay, let's take this all off once and then wipe it and then retape it. If you're wondering about that, don't worry. I don't know if you can see it even. There's a slight sticky finish on there. That can be taken off with a substance called Goo Gone that can be found at your local hardware store. So now, we just slightly take this off here. But as I was saying, la 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 la. See, it's to be honest, you would think it's somewhat smooth, but it's not. Like this spot right here, you can see the metal, obviously, but I'm gonna paint it over it with black primer paint, and then I'm not for sure if I should put more Bondo on it. Maybe we'll find out here shortly. I'm gonna sand it just a little bit more. Like I said, this is the most exciting live stream, but you know, I figure show that I do it F-I-G-U-R-E. In case you didn't know, I knew how to spell that too. Soon enough, start teaching the grammar, arithmetic, and algebra, and magic. But that's yet to come. I had to go get my easel. So you don't want to waste tape. Believe it or not, it costs, in my opinion, money that you could be spending on something like a nice, cool drink or some type of food or something else. But, in my opinion, waste not, want not. Let's see here now. Because I'm going to tape it off again. You don't want to, how you say, cause more work to do what you're trying to achieve what you're doing at that moment. So you're going to have to now try to tape it off one more time. Do-do-do. See how I'm going to do it. You can see where I had that tape before. I'm going to put it almost exactly where it was because that's just more, you know, square footage of small bits of area to paint. Even though it's only a centimeter. That was a joke right there for anyone who's actually paying attention to stupid talk. But anyway, for the ones that, you know, actually care about learning something, I thank you for watching, or if you're entertained, I am trying to make you laugh. weather today is not that warm, but it is 7 o'clock Central Time Zone. See, now this part is always tricky, especially if you're using an older piece of tape. You gotta try to put that on there almost perfectly, because you don't want to, like I said, you don't want to cause more work for yourself when you're sanding. And I guess some people just don't care, but I do. I don't want to do extra more. And then you want to know why I said that? If someone keeps doing extra more, when's it ever going to stop? When's it ever going to be done? It's a rhetorical statement. I didn't drive this whole car this whole summer on purpose. Don't want to put miles on it. This is a classic car, whether people admit it or not. And guess what? Let's talk about Pontiac. Okay? That's an American-made car that was, how you say, just under Cadillac. Made by GM Motor Vehicles. And, as well, let's talk about, so you say this car isn't cool or a race car. I'm not talking about anyone watching. I'm just talking hypothetical. Whoever's saying it. Okay? Grand Prix. For idiots that don't know what Grand Prix is, it's a race. I believe in France. Somewhere in Europe. I know that much. Like I say, I'm not extra knowledgeable every second. But, and anyway, so they named this car Grand Prix after a race. A car race. So now who's who? I baby this car, if you're wondering. I barely rev it. I barely speed on it. But I did, how you say, take it to Arlington Speedway. There's a city called Arlington, Minnesota. And I paid money to see how fast it goes. And that's how ow, mosquito. Ow. That's how I know, pardon me. That's how I know how fast it goes. Alright, this one, we go back 1200, I guess, on this paper. Just lightly sand it again. This video may come to an end. I don't want to, how you say, waste everybody's time, let alone my time. But keep going on this for a little bit. Ow. Alright, that's it. I'll be right back. Getting bit. This is not. Alright, I'm back. I went and got me my Buggable. Believe it or not, this bracelet stinks like bugs. And they work. They work just enough. So anyway. But yeah, if you're wondering why, if you think, if in your opinion, you think I have an attitude or something, of course I got an attitude. I value this car. I value looking cool in this car. I value stuff that is of value, to be valued. Some people have no idea even of the word value, or common decency to acknowledge that someone cares about what they own, I guess. In this day and age, people be throwing away stuff that, don't get me wrong how old I sound right now. I'm still young, but I don't care how I sound right now. Due to the fact of people that are homeless that don't have nothing, and they're just, you know, it's hard to explain. For anyone that cares, you know, actually I can't say that sentence. So anyway, c'est la vie. Oh, just like they said in Grand Prix. Huh. Now who's who? They wondered about the paint color. The original Grand Prix was I guess, I don't know, whenever they made it, but they made this paint color for the Pontiac Trans Am, and this is the color of the Firebird on their car. This came from the factory. Someone ordered this. Whoever was rich that bought this car brand new. Bring out 1200 again. This is, to be honest, I'm getting bit up pretty good here. It's pretty upsetting too. I'm gonna have to go get a jacket or some type of something. Okay, got my old construction shirt, jersey, or whatever, hoodie. All right, this is a 220. This is somewhat coarse. This is just for this part right here underneath. Each one, to be honest, if you know what you're doing and just don't sand too firmly, the paper will do the work for you. But if you sand too hard, it's all gonna come off. And like this part right here, I don't know if you can see it, but one more coat. You can never put too much Bondo on, but it is a disgrace, Bondo, when you're supposed to cut. And since I didn't need to cut, technically I'm keeping code, if you're wondering. So, this part, I'm just gonna kind of, since it's all dusty, it doesn't matter, because when you apply it, it's going to, you know, dry to clay, since it is technically clay and glue. And you say you go purchase it, you'll know it is clay and glue. It smells like it. Glue. There's plenty of different colors or whatever. Me, I just chose red since it's the closest one to gold. They don't have gold Bondo. They have blue. I believe they have purple and green. Bugs, hold on. Jesus Christ. Alright. Hold on, I keep getting bit. It's getting pretty annoying. Anyway, me, I use my Sparrow Zone rewards card. There's another use for these cards besides the points. And see, there's Bondo already on here. Well, you just kind of just go like that and say la vie again. There we go. How I do it, there's plenty of different ways to apply it, but me, put it right on there and use the card to smooth it. Some people think it's, you know, better to do it. They have expensive Bondo application cards and everything. That's up to you, whatever you choose to purchase for your own handiwork. And anyway, me, those cards are expensive. In my opinion, you're paying like $8 just for a piece of plastic. So, anyway, take your time with a steady hand here. And if you want to get technical, I should be wearing a mask, but it's not like I'm huffing it. So anyway, here we go. You just slightly do it on all the spots where you think you should. Some people, they want to say anything and everything about me. I welcome any type of hatred or violation you think you should do to me, because I'll do it right back to you. So leave your comments on what you think I did wrong. Maybe I'll disrespect you back. Or if you got something nice to say, maybe I'll say something nice back. I'm sorry if I offended anybody that actually matters to me with that sentence. But then again, I guess since you're watching, all you really do is matter to me then. Yeah, I said that, I don't care. Pretty upset. Not at no one on the internet, but, you know, can't tell everybody everything what's going on. So I'm outside, and I'm gonna maybe put more Bondo on another bit here in a second. Oh, if you're wondering too, if anybody's watching that I know doesn't like me, I don't like you either. no proper way when you already have it on there, like how I had it and then sanded it down. If you know you're gonna apply it again, and how you say you already have it where you think or it almost looks correct, therefore this is all gonna get sanded down again. So it doesn't really matter how one puts it on there. But yeah, it's funny how, you know, the world wants to judge somebody's choice of automobiles and then, you know, ponder or ask why I do own it instead of having a new car. Well, who says I don't want to already have another new car somewhere, or choosing to wait on a list of people that is in front of me, then once they're done being processed, then I get to have one of those two cars. Did you ever think of that? No, you didn't. You just think of me as a fucking word. That's why I said what I just said and ran my mouth, if you're wondering. So, this is GappaMagix. C'est la vie. Bye-bye.